Guys, quick question. Who was your Ghanaian player of the week? Let me know your answers down below in the comment. For me, I'm torn between Semenyo and Mohammed Kudus. I would have to give it to two of them. But then let me know yours down below in the comment. Who was your Ghanaian player of the week? Now, in today's video, I want us to talk about what happened over the weekend. A lot of things happened, and the weekend was good to Ghanaian players. But I want us to talk about why Mohammed Kudus is still trending today. And also Antoine Semenyo and the man that abused him racially on the pitch. There is a new update concerning that I'm here to share with you. We're also going to talk about latest transfer updates that has to do with Felix Afena-Gyan and also Abdul Fatawu. Maybe he could play in the EPL because a bid has been submitted to Leicester City from Sunderland, and I'm here to tell you all about it. So please make sure to like, subscribe, and also turn on notification. My name is Adam. You're watching SportsCornerGH. Quickly, let's jump into it and begin with Mohammed Kudus. Over the weekend, he was so good to the extent that today is Monday. We are still talking about Mohammed Kudus. Now, this is the reason why Mohammed Kudus is trending. 3 reasons. Reason number 1. No player created more chances in the English Premier League this weekend than Mohammed Kudus. He created 5 chances in the game Tottenham played against Burnley. Guys, comment Kudus. Reason number 2. Mohammed Kudus is the only player to have provided 2 assists in a single game in the EPL over the weekend. Guys, comment Kudus. Reason number 3. A lot of players made their debuts in the EPL. But amongst all of them, Kudus is their Oga. Comment Oga Kudus, Oga Kudus, Oga Kudus. Kudus is their Oga. You know why? When it comes to rating, Kudus was the highest rated debutant over the weekend in the English Premier League. He was rated 8.8. Guys, comment Kudus. So guys, this is the reason why Mohammed Kudus is still trending. But then there was another conversation on social media amongst Tottenham Hotspur fans concerning Mohammed Kudus and also Tottenham themselves. Tottenham's next game is against Man City. There is a bit of fear. When you look at the conversation on social media, you know there's a bit of fear amongst Tottenham Hotspur fans ahead of their next game. I want you to know this. If you are looking for one player who can score goals against Man City, it is Mohammed Kudus. Don't be afraid. As Asafo Powers would say, don't be pessimistic.
Don't be pessimistic.
I'm telling you, don't be pessimistic. Trust me, if Kudus has done it before, he can do it again. So please, trust the process. I don't want to talk too much about the game against Man City. I'm going to look for a proper day and do that video. But then guys, this is the reason why Oga Kudus is trending. Now, let's move away from Mohammed Kudus and talk about Antoine Semenyo. On Friday, everyone was talking about him. From FIFA to Ghana Football Association to ex-players to even players from Liverpool. Everyone was talking about Antoine Semenyo. Not because of the goals he scored. The goals he scored were all good. They lost that game, but he scored 2 goals, which was brilliant. Everyone was talking about him because of what happened on the pitch. Now, he was going to do a long throw because usually he does it for Bournemouth. When he went to, do the long throw, there was a fan in the wheelchair racially abusing Semenyo on the touchline. Semenyo then went to report the fan to Anthony Taylor, who was the referee. The game was stopped for some time, so that fan could be escorted out of the stadium before the game continued. Now, we heard the fan was apprehended, and we had more information concerning the fan. He's 47-year-old and a lot of stuff. Now, the latest update we are getting on that fan and also concerning Semenyo's whole issue is that this is coming from Sporty. The 47-year-old man who racially abused Antoine Semenyo at Anfield has been released on conditional bail. So guys, this is the situation with the man that racially abused our player, Antoine Semenyo, Semenyo. The man has been released on conditional bail. So this is the update. So let me know what you think about it. I don't want to talk too much. Immediately when I saw this, you know what I said? Imagine it was a black man who did something wrong. Would they have given him a conditional bail? Forget the fact that he was in a wheelchair. Because you know why? In Germany, another Ghanaian player was racially abused, Christopher Enchi. He was racially abused. What happened? Nothing. You understand my point? As for racism there, as I said, it's a football thing. It's going to continue. The only thing they have to do is punish them severely. This is not a severe punishment. You are letting the player, you are letting the fan leave on conditional bail because what? He's in a wheelchair, isn't it? That is the excuse. That's fine. They're not being punished enough. That is why it's going to continue and continue and continue. Because aside the one that happened to Semenyo, another one happened in Germany to another Ghanaian player called Christopher Enki. I just feel sorry for these footballers. They need tough mentality to continue playing because it's not easy to play with this color, the black skin. It's not easy to play out there, especially when you're on the opposing team. Oh, it's not easy. My heart goes out to all these players. But then, guys, this is the latest update that has to do with Antoine Semenyo. Let me know your thoughts about it down below in the comments. Now, let's move away from that and talk about Abdul Fatawu, the hot cake in the market. The hot cake in the market is Abdul Fatawu, who plays for Leicester City. I told you about Everton showing interest in this player. Everton backed off because of the valuation from Leicester City. Then Aston Villa, they showed interest in the player because they see him as a replacement for Leon Bailey if he leaves the club to Besiktas. Since they have not made an offer yet, another EPL club have approached Leicester City concerning Abdul Fatawu, and that club is Sunderland. Now, according to reports, Sunderland have submitted 32 million euros to Leicester City for Abdul Fatawu, but it has been rejected. Yes, 32 million euros for Abdul Fatawu to Leicester City has been rejected. Look, Fatawu is a hot cake and I love it. I love it for him. I like the fact that this EPL club see him as a top player. But I'm going to say this is controversial. You can disagree with me. Sunderland is not a team for Abdul Fatawu. I feel that team is going to struggle in December. You know why? They have signed a lot of players, and most of those players are African players. We all know the AFCON is being played in December. So what happens if most of your key players leave for AFCON? Ghana is not playing the AFCON, so I'm not worried for Abdul Fatawu. But look at the other African players they have signed. Most of them are going to play AFCON in December. So what happens to the structure of Sunderland when it comes to December? Because that moment is very crucial. You play back-to-back games. They play on weekends. They play in midweek. So for me, I'm not going to push for a move for Abdul Fatawu to Sunderland. But if he goes there, we are going to support him. I'm not saying they will get relegated. I'm just saying that it will get to a point in the season where they are going to struggle a lot. That is what I'm trying to say. But I feel like he goes to Sunderland and gets regular playing time. He goes to Sunderland and starts because looking at what he has done against all the players playing in Sunderland, Abba, Fatawu is going to play. He's going to play. But then, do you think it's a good move? Abdul Fatawu to Sunderland because Sunderland are preparing a second bid for the player. Let me know your thoughts about it down below in the comment. For me, it is good, but then I don't think it's the right move for him. If it's Sunderland, I'll let him play the Leicester City like that. Play one more season and see if he can get promoted with Leicester City to the EPL. If not, then he can go to another club. But then still, the clubs are coming. Everton, Aston Villa, now it is Sunderland. Let me know your thoughts about it down below in the comments. Next, let's talk about Felix Afena-Gyan. I was really excited to see him recently play with the Black Stars when we played those friendly games in the Unity Cup. It was a good feeling to see him back in the fold, back with the team. As of then, he was playing for Juventus Next Gen on loan from Cremonese. The latest update concerning Felix Afena-Gyan is that he's close to joining a team in Turkey called amedspor on loan from Cremonese. Now, let's not forget, AS Roma still has a 10% sell-on clause for the player. And even though it did not turn out to be a success at Juventus Next Gen, I believe that he still needs to move on and go to another club where he's going to get regular playing time. Because at Juventus Next Gen, he was doing extremely well. That earned him a call-up to the Black Stars, where he played few minutes in the Unity Cup. You can see some of the highlights on the screen. I feel like he's a very good player. He just needs a team that is going to trust him enough to play. And I believe Going to another team is good because Cremonese, clearly, they don't want to give the player regular playing time. They don't see him as part of the coach's plan. So he needs to leave on loan to Amedspor. It is really, really close. But then it's not a done deal yet. You know how teams behave. Don't be surprised if another team comes in to scoop Felix Afena-Gyan from Cremonese on loan or a permanent move. But then we are going to follow up on this and bring you more updates concerning Felix Afena-Gyan. I'm really excited about the fact that he's going to play in another club, get regular playing time. Definitely, he's the darling boy of the Black Stars. Everybody wants to see Felix Afena-Gyan play in the Black Stars because we know what he could have been. He could have been our next Asamoah Gyan, but life happens. That's what I'm going to say. Life happens. It happens. So we are just going to leave it like that. Now, let's move away from that and talk about former assistant coach of the Black Stars. I'm talking about George Boateng. Now, this is an official update concerning him. He's also part of the transfers we have for you today. Former Black Stars assistant coach George Boateng has signed a 3-year deal to become the new head coach of the Belgium third-tier club called REC Mons. RAEC Mons, M-O-N-S. Yes, REC Mons. It's a club in Belgium third-tier league. So that is it with George Boateng, former Black Star assistant coach. So guys, that is the update that has to do with him. I want us to move away from that and talk about players who performed really, really well over the weekend that was not talked about. I want to begin with Brandon Thomas Asante with Coventry in the championship. He scored 2 goals. But no one talked about him. He scored 2 goals in the championship for Coventry. It was a game against Derby County. He scored 2 goals. No one talked about him. And I'm happy that he's back on his feet. Injuries worried him last season, but he's back on his feet and he's scoring goals. I'm really, really happy because this is one player that I want to see in the Black Stars. I want to see him flourish. Since he switched his nationality, we have not seen him like that too much in the Black Stars. But then it's good to see him score goals for his club side over the weekend. Next player is Ibrahim Sadiq. He scored a goal for his club side AZ Alkmaar against Volendam. That game ended in a 2-2 draw. That was his first goal of the season. So far, 2 games, 1 goal for Ibrahim Sadiq. I'm very happy for him. We also saw him with the Black Stars. Super player. He's also scoring goals left, right, front, center for his club side. He did it last season. He's already beginning this season, and I'm happy for him. He was not talked about, so I'm using this opportunity to talk about him. Next player is Ransford Yeboah Kanisdorfer. He played in the DFB Pokal against Pirmasens. In that game, it went to extra time where Ransford Yeboah Kanisdorfer scored on the 100th minute. He scored a goal once again for his club side. Now, he's yet to feature in the Bundesliga. I'm just waiting for that with Hamburger SV. I just can't wait for him to play. He was almost on his way to OGC Nice, but medicals failed and he's back at Hamburger SV. We just hope that with the club, things go on well smoothly. But then, he's beginning on the right note. He's still scoring goals. He's a very good player. And I want him to succeed because in life, second chances are really important. His first chance, he did not impress anyone with the national team. I just hope that if he gets another opportunity to come into the national team, he impresses everyone. But then, guys, that is it with the Ransford Yeboah Kanisdorfer, who also scored a goal over the weekend. Next player is Joseph Paintsil. Yes, in the MLS with LA Galaxy. He scored a goal, but they lost the game. Yes, they lost the game by 3-1 to Inter Miami. In that game, Suarez was scoring, Messi was scoring, but Joseph Paintsil was also scoring. Yes. So far, he has 5 goals and 2 assists for LA Galaxy in the MLS. I'm happy for him. He's also one player who scored a goal over the weekend and was not talked about. There are more players. I'm not done. More players day. More players day. Ibrahim Osman, who made his debut for AJ Auxerre, provided an assist to the only goal that was scored in that game against Lorient. Yes, he provided an assist on his debut. So if you feel he's part of your players if you feel he's part of your players that impressed you over the weekend, let me know it down below in the comments. But then Ibrahim Osman, who is on loan from Brighton and Hove Albion at AJ Auxerre, provided an assist for AJ Auxerre against Lorient in the French League 1. That assist led to the only goal in that game. Next player is Benjamin Tetteh, who plays for Maribor. Now, they played against Bravo, and that game ended in a 3-3 draw. Benjamin Tetteh scored 2 goals over the weekend. Everybody's quiet about it. Benjamin Tetteh scored 2 goals. Guys, look at the players I'm mentioning that they scored goals. Can we play the AFCON qualifiers again? Like, we should play it again, because I don't understand how Ghana did not qualify for the AFCON. If all these players can score goals like this, come on, we can take the AFCON by force. These players performed really, really well over the weekend. Now, with Benjamin Tetteh, so far within the season, he has played 5 games, scored 3 goals, and provided 1 assist for Maribor. Superb. Good. He had a stint with Hull City, it did not work. Mets, it did not work. Now he's with Maribor, and things are going on smoothly for the player. So guys, as I said, if all these players can be performing really well, then I think we should play the AFCON qualifiers again, if only it's possible, because we have a very good squad, and the weekend was good to Ghanaian players, as I said at the beginning of the video, because a lot of things happened. People just did not talk about it because it was Kudus Semenyo, but other Ghanaian players scored goals. Benjamin Tetteh scored 2 goals. Ibrahim Osman provided an assist. Let me take you through the list once again. Ransford de Boer Kanisdorfer scored a goal. Joseph Paintsil scored a goal. Brandon Thomas Asante scored 2 goals. Ibrahim Sadiq scored 1 goal. Mohammed Kudus gave 2 assists. Semenyo scored 2 goals. So looking at all these players, I mean, they did amazing for their club over the weekend. So guys, this is where I'm going to end it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and also turn on notification. Let me know which Ghanaian player is your player of the week. Let me know that down below in the comments. Thanks for joining me. I'll make sure to see you in the next one. Tally, we go vibe.